React music. Got recordings. Anyway. Recording. Last for episode.
To our road to NBA 2K26, there has been some news since we last talked, and we didn't have a stream yesterday, but hopefully you were able to check out the new presentation courtside report and those new clips that showed off some of the new details on player spaces and jerseys, the new lightings in the arenas, on the court floors, and much more. I saw some side-by-side pictures yesterday of 2K25 next to 2K26, and to me, it is a big difference. I was seeing some comments that were like, you guys couldn't see a difference, and I am not sure what you were looking at, but we were not looking at the same thing. But anyways, the days are flying by, and today we are here to talk about the MyPlayer builder. I know many of you have been waiting for this one. Before we get into it, as always, first we do have some housekeeping items to go through. As you hear us talk about NBA 2K26 today, keep in mind that we are talking about NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 platforms. And Gen 9 means the version of the game that's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and the new Nintendo Switch 2. We also do have Twitch drops enabled today, which are a chance for you to earn locker codes just by watching these streams. And today is the last chance to earn these 2 locker codes that we've been talking about for a little bit. So we've had this campaign active since our roadmap stream a few weeks ago, and the next time we see you, it is going to be refreshed with new rewards. But for now, if you have watched for 45 minutes, you do get 2 1-hour double XP coins to help you out in Season 8. You knock out those final few levels before the season ends this week. And then if you keep watching beyond that and watch for a total of 2 hours, you get 100 overall or higher pack in my team, pants for your MyPlayer, and also 60 skill boosts. So many of you have been watching since our roadmap stream. You are probably going to be finishing your 2 hours very shortly in the next few minutes, if not already. So once you do, at the end of the show, we will talk a little bit more about how to go to the Twitch Drops website, go to your Twitch inventory, make sure you claimed all your drops so that you get your locker codes. But one last note on Twitch Drops, as the name suggests, Twitch Drops are on Twitch. So if you're watching us on TikTok or YouTube or X, come over to Twitch if you want to earn the locker code. Next thing, in case you missed it, last week we did talk about a new creator challenge that we have going on throughout all of these reveals. So if you are a content creator and you break down or react to any of our 2K26 courtside reports in your videos, which many of you do already, just put the hashtag NBA 2K challenge on it and you are going to be helping the community reach a goal of 2,026 videos. After that goal is hit, you all will unlock a locker code for NBA 2K26 that will give you a drawstring bag and a My Team pack that you can use during early access. And on top of that, during this creator challenge, if you go to our website at that link below and you submit your video, you are going to be entered into a drawing for 1 million VC in 2K26, and we are going to pick 26 winners in a few weeks. All right, you guys have heard enough from me. I think you are ready to hear more about the MyPlayer builder. First, let's welcome in our special guest from the community up here, Stacks. Welcome in. It's good to see you as always.
What's good, man? The chat ready to get to it, man. They say you got Hall of Fame yapper. So I guess we
they're telling you to hurry up and hurry up. I got to get out there housekeeping items. Nothing I can do about that. But we are ready to show you a little bit now, and very similar to last week, Tyrese Halliburton and our dev team did record a video together to walk you through some of the highlights of what's new with the builder this year. And as you watch, keep in mind, this video does go by pretty fast. So try to absorb as much as you can, but don't worry if you miss anything, because right after the video plays, we're going to come back here, and then me and Stacks, we're going to go through everything in full detail, one thing at a time. Stacks, I am ready. Chat is clearly ready. They're telling us to hurry up. So,
yeah, let's get to it. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get straight to it, man.
Oh, I'll be okay.
Hey everyone, Tyrese Halliburton here with Zach from NBA 2K to share the detailed features available in the 2K26 MyPlayer Builder. In this courtside report, we'll focus on the new animation glossary, build by badges, new scouting reports, and a lot more. Now let's get started.
This year, the MyPlayer Builder excels at giving players all the tools to make informed decisions when creating their future superstar. Starting with the animation glossary, this brand new feature
One thing that I actually want is I'm tired of having animation. That's so anxious. The other one was like only the
feature will list every animation with
this is a lot. And it's not this is terrible. Animation. Don't even have that. What do you always do with it? This is actually like
details, attributes, and height requirements. If you have a specific player you want to model your game after, like Tyrese Halliburton for example, use the search function to find who you're looking for, making it
I like that too, but
easy to see all the requirements you need to meet to equip their animations.
I love that there are a lot of options to choose from. Me personally, I'm a YouTube merchant when it comes to finding a good build.
Create your own build will
Me personally, I'm a YouTube merchant when it comes to finding a good build.
create
that's awesome.
your own build will sift through dozens of NBA player comparisons before choosing the best animations associated with the suggested players and assign them as default animations for a more enjoyable and streamlined experience from the start. The new build by badges feature in NBA 2K26 can help shape the framework for your MyPlayer.
Okay, so shit. Yeah. Okay.
Choose your desired badges and tiers: bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame, and legend. The minimum attribute points required will automatically be locked in. Spend your remaining attribute points to max out categories of your choosing and reach a 99 potential overall without missing out on your must-haves. Your
Who rebounded? I'm letting it up. It happened. Give me a shot.
choosing and reach a 99 potential overall without missing out on your must-haves. Scouting reports display your best badges and attributes and coaches you on your strengths and weaknesses. For example, if you make a point guard with a low pass accuracy rating, the builder will flag this as an area of concern and potential detriment to your teammates. Accuracy rating.
Didn't try to make it nicer.
The builder will flag this as an area of concern, a potential detriment to your teammates.
This might be more in depth than the scouting reports I see during the season. This is pretty fire.
Actually,
Max plus ones are back, and now there are new Max plus twos. They work just like they sound. Max plus ones push badges one tier beyond their max potential, and Max plus twos take them 2 tiers higher. Takeover Surge, Hot Start, and Clutch Gene are perks that temporarily boost your badges up 1 tier in different game situations. They can even boost a badge beyond their max potential. New in 2K26, build specialization goals allow you to enhance your MyPlayer's potential in a specific skill area. For
this. That's literally the right.
For each save, you can pick one of 5 areas to specialize in: finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, or rebounding. Each area features 9 unique goals that test your abilities in that specialty. Your mastery will earn you rewards tailored to each skill area, including skill boosts, unique apparel and cosmetics, new archetype names, cap breakers for that skill area, and permanent Max plus 1 and Max plus 2 badge perks. Cap breakers aren't just back in NBA 2K, they're evolving. In NBA 2K26, each cap breaker will still raise your highest rated and strongest attributes by 1 point, but if you choose to apply them to your lowest rated attributes, you will see larger boosts. For example,
Crazy shit that is drive away. Don't have a bit. Don't have a bit. You literally dancing. Without the strength and the burn. This is dancing. And you still can't help to look at it. This is a random guy. No, I'm not gonna touch you. Dude, the NBA with us? This build is so bad, it's concerned. I think it's cat favorite.
if your favorite MyPlayer build is struggling in the wreck because you left its free throw rating low, a cap breaker could raise your free throw rating by double digits and provide a
I mean, hey, 60.
significant improvement.
Cap breakers were a game changer in 2K25. I'm glad they're back in 2K26. My boys are going to be hype about that.
Rebirth has multiple tiers this year, letting you carry over more progress from your existing saves than ever before. Silver Rebirth is unlocked at 90 overall and allows you to instantly unlock any newly created MyPlayer's maximum potential to the highest overall rating that you previously reached. As you reach 95 overall across new saves, you will unlock Gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend Rebirth. These new Rebirth tiers automatically upgrade your badges to their respective level once attribute requirements are met.
The MyPlayer Builder in 2K26 gives you all the tools to make the best possible build, so you can be a difference maker on the court. All the tools to make the best possible build, so you
That's the whole there. This is it. And he has nasty.
You can be a difference maker on the court. Whether you create your own build from scratch or build by badges, find what works for you with numerous personalization options. From scratch or build by badges, find what works for you with numerous
This way.
personalization options.
It was fun breaking down all the new features in the MyPlayer builder this year. Thanks for joining me, Tyrese.
Pre-order NBA 2K26 Superstar or Leave No Doubt Edition today and start testing the revamped MyPlayer builder sooner with early access starting on August 29th.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. See, the moment we've all been waiting for, I feel like it was worth the wait, worth hearing Evan yap, man. We got to give shout out to the dev team, man. They definitely put in work on this one. Me and Evan is about to dive a little bit deeper into this thing, man. So Evan, are you ready to talk a little bit more in detail about some of these new features we got here?
Yeah, I am. And look, I just want to say I love these videos because they are just packed with footage. You guys just saw it. There's menus and game footage and basically that entire trailer. So I know many of you are going to go back and break it down second by second, and I will be looking forward to seeing your posts and your videos. But for now, we are going to be doing a little bit of that ourselves as well. So Stacks is going to take us through the courtside report, and then we are going to give you the full breakdown of everything that Tyrese and Zach talked about, let you digest it all a little bit more slowly. And then on top of that, we do have a few extra things to share as well that weren't even talked about in the video at all. Stacks, I am ready for whatever you got first.
Let's get it. Let's start out with the animation glossary. I was noticing that myself. Felt like this was a really good feature. It saves a lot of time for a lot of people. But let's talk a little bit more about it in detail.
Sure. So you may remember from a few weeks ago, back during the roadmap stream, that we mentioned one of the themes of this year's builder is giving you more information and more quality of life improvements, because we know that making a build is really important, right? That sets the foundation of how you play and your gameplay experience in my career. So we know how important that is to you, and the dev team has added this brand new animation glossary. So now you don't have to go look up what the different animation requirements are and which ratings you have.
Who made those are the biggest change. Maybe it's real. But usually when they do it, they feel like the same thing.
Up to hit and all that, you can simply pull up this tab in the builder that has all the animations, and it lists every single one with their attribute requirements, and also, if there are any, also the height requirements as well. That alone is a huge quality of life improvement for me. But as you heard Tyrese mention, there is also a search function. So if you tap triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox, you will bring up this keyboard. You can type exactly which player's animations you want to see. So if you want all of Halliburton's animations, or you want to model yourself off of Steph Curry, and you want all of Steph Curry's animations, you can type their name and you can see specifically their animations and what requirements you need to meet to play and look like that. But while we are here about animations, there is one more thing here that kind of went by quick. But Zach mentioned that in the past, when you made a custom build, you ended up with all default animation, right? As most of you in the chat know, those animations are not necessarily the ones that look the coolest or the ones that are most fun to use. So this year, the dev team has made it so that once you've made your own custom build, the builder is going to go through dozens and dozens of NBA player comparisons for the build you made, even beyond the first 3 that you see when you're at the scouting report. And then it's going to automatically pick the best animations from those players to give them to you right away. So you can see in this screenshot, this build, it got a lot of Curry animations, Lillard, Brunson animations. It got a lot of Curry animations by default. And you can, of course, still change these, but this is the way that the dev team is making the builder more friendly. So if you don't want to bother changing your animations, especially, at the start, you will have fun packages that you can play with right away. So that part's not necessarily about the animation glossary, but figured while we're talking about animations, we should mention it here as well.
So we definitely got some quality of life upgrades. I know for me personally, going and making the build and then checking the requirements and all that other stuff like that was a hassle. So now being able to do that while you're making your build is a huge W in my opinion. Next up, we got build by badges. Let's get into a little bit more information about that, man. This is what I was looking forward to.
This one's kind of cool. So building by badges is something that many of you are.
No. Because it's here even just I know one. It just I'd be a 6'6" movie. That ruined the game. The game was so inconsistent. It wasn't fun. It really became so good. I played the summer. Insane. India. I don't care if it's hard to show. Don't make it impossible.
Already do. I think many of you in the chat already do this, right? You play with your attributes and try to put them at the sweet spot where you can unlock as many badges as possible. And you know those badges are going to play a big role in how you perform on the court. So this year in 2K26, the dev team has now added this as a feature. So in the build by badges menu, you can pick which tier of a badge you want. So you can see here, you got bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame, or legend, and it is going to show you the requirements for each one. So in this example, you can see that for Hall of Fame shifty shooter, you need either a 96 mid-range shot or a 96 three-point shot. And let's say you want to lock that in. If you click the right stick, it is going to ask you which attribute you want to pin. And pinning an attribute just means
Helps learn how to shoot. Especially when it just pushes.
things that you were going to lock in that attribute rating as your minimum. So for this example, let's say you pick whether you want a 96 mid-range shot or a 96 three-point shot. Let's say you pick the mid-range shot. Once it's pinned, you can then safely adjust the rest of your attributes without losing the badges that you.
That's not as it's not as presented. I see that.
You know that you really want to have for your build. So this person really wanted to have Hall of Fame shifty shooter. That pins it so that they can make the other adjustments without losing that. I think many of us in the builder in the past, many of us who did build by badges, we always got like, you make one little attribute go down by one attribute point, you lose the badge you need, then you go all the way back up. But then when you did that, some of the other attributes that were connected to it went down with it, and you had to kind of adjust and fix everything. This kind of just keeps things locked in, so that is really a huge quality of life feature. So if you are somebody who already does this, hopefully this is a nice feature for you. But if you're somebody newer to the game and you just now realized that you should probably be maximizing the badges you get on your MyPlayer, this feature is going to help you out and educate you at the same time. So hopefully you guys like this.
I think popular. That's cool.
That's crazy too. That one right there for me, another like I said, quality of life change is being able to lock that in, making a build, like especially if you're making a specialist build.
That's a good part two.
At the same time.
And making something specifically for those badges, that'll make that a lot easier as well. Next up, we kind of talked about this during the roadmap stream, so we don't got to spend too much time on it, but it is the body types.
Yeah, so we did talk about this, but back then we didn't have a screenshot, and now we do have a screenshot that we can show. So you can see here that when you are deciding your build's position and your body measurements, that there is a new body type potential preview on the right side. See a little box with the player in it? That is a visual preview that you can use the right stick to kind of scroll through, and you're going to see the different body types your build can eventually unlock by doing workouts in the Gatorade gym. What we mentioned a while back is this is just a really nice quality of life feature. You no longer have to make a build, go to the Gatorade gym, find out the build doesn't get the body type you want, back all the way back out to the main menu to the builder, do it again, do a new build, check the Gatorade gym again, and rinse and repeat. That, it did take a long time. So this is going to skip all that for you, and now right in the builder, you can see that, if you want a swole build or if you want a skinny body type, you can see that right from the start. So hopefully this is another improvement that kind of makes your builder experience just a little bit better.
Yeah, I was looking at the build on the screen too. That build is a lot. Anyway, moving forward, we got build templates. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this part, if you guys saw a little snippet of it in the video, this probably looked familiar to many of you. So our build templates are returning. These are the grab and go options that get you a solid build that you can use right away if you want. So especially if you're newer to the game, but also if you just don't want to spend time coming up with your own build, these are really helpful. So we can take a quick second and go over the three options. But NBA templates, those are, as the name suggests, those are for you to play like your favorite NBA player. So if you use those templates as is, you will get all the animations of whichever player that build is modeled after. And this year, each season, the dev team is going to add a new set of these NBA templates that have a theme. And for the first season, right at launch, the first theme of the year is going to be a collection of players who have been named All-Stars more than once. So it's going to be many names that you recognize. Then in the middle, we have Pro-Tune builds. Those are built by the pros, and what that means is they are built by our dev team. They're built by our experts over there at Visual Concepts. They are going to let you pick a position and a play style, and then it gives you a list of builds that match your preference, and you can pick the one that's good for you. Then you can see there in the upper right corner that starting in Season 2, we are
supposed to be a Kyrie Irving game because as I said,
We are going to have community builds again.
also
These are templates submitted by build makers from around the community. So they are focused on builds that are unique or competitive or perhaps both. And this has always been my favorite. I have been very open on past streams that I am somebody who watches a bunch of videos from our experts in the community, and I end up copying one of their builds. Right? I might make a little tweak here and there, but I end up copying somebody's build that I saw their video up. So ever since we've added these community
first time
builds, I use them every single year. And one cool note about these is that we are working on an official submission process for these. So that if you are a community member, you love making builds, you make content on them, we are going to try to make a process for you to submit your build for consideration. Because in the past, we've just had builds that were submitted to me or submitted to our dev team directly, and we don't want community builds to be limited to people who can message us directly. So we are working on something, and in season 1, hopefully we'll have more to share about how you can get involved in community build templates yourself as well. But Stacks, those are the 3 builder paths.
Yo, man, this chat is crazy, man. But yep, here we go. Community builds. That's a huge one for the community too, because I remember I'm just speaking to people about how they submit a build for the community build. So that's pretty fire, man. I know we got a lot of probably lesser known amazing build creators in the community, so it's going to be good for those people to get an opportunity to be showcase their build inside the game. So next up,
Exactly.
we also have height balancing. Talking about height balancing, Evan, what does that mean? Dive a little
Well,
bit
there's a
deeper.
couple things here. And the first one, I don't think was in the video. I don't think I remember hearing it. But the max height for MyPlayers is now going to be 7'4". For those of you who felt like 7'3s weren't tall enough for you, you want that Victor Wembanyama height or that
Victor Wembanyama is 7'4".
Zach Edey height, you can now make 7'4" build. But across the board, you know, short and tall, the dev team really spent a lot of effort making sure that no matter what height you are, you can make a build that is effective. So if you want to make a really short build or a really tall build, you can. That is totally your preference. But we want to make sure that whether you are short, tall, or medium-sized, it is a balanced experience so that there is more build diversity, which is a big goal, of course, of the MyPlayer build.
Okay, perfect. Yep, I think overall that's something people wanted too. A little bit more build diversity and not kind of just running into the same type of builds all over the place in any game.
I think problem with NBA 2K where when you start we go fucking it's so and they want you to run like all the things. I mean,
Game mode that they play, so that's pretty cool as well. Moving on, we got the scouting report. Now, this is something I saw a little bit in that video that I kind of want to know a little bit more about as well.
Yeah, so this is the new final page of the builder. It looks a little different than what you've seen in the past, and this is what we call a scouting report. So it's essentially a more detailed summary of the build.
This is yes. Well, it yeah,
That you just made, and it has more information than you're used to. So on the left side, you
look at the Keeny
have stuff you're familiar with. You see your shades of NBA comparisons and your archetype name. And also, by the way, while we're here, a little side note on archetype names. I don't know if you heard Tyrese mention it in the video, but there are roughly 10 times the number of build names compared to last year. So there will be plenty of unique names that you'll be able to see.
This shit's so sick. Why do people with different buildings? For what? If we actually done this shit as a people, what does that change? If the build matters, it's still people.
I saw Zach on X on Twitter asking the community for names as well. There are going to be plenty of new unique names for your build. But anyways, back to the scouting report. On the right side, you are going to see your best badges and attributes, and then a new section at the bottom that coaches you on your strengths and weaknesses. So let's say you made a point guard, but for some reason, you decided not to upgrade your pass accuracy. Those of you who have played with point guards with no pass accuracy know that may not be the best point guard to have as your teammate.
Why would you do that? Why would CC this? It's one because you I promise you have one for an inch. The ball up and ISO.
So the weaknesses section is going to call out that you lack passing vision. Like for example, for this build, you might not be the best teammate if you're a point guard that has no pass accuracy. So it is entirely up to you. It is the best teammate if you call out that may not be the best point guard to have as your teammate. So the weaknesses section is going to call out or to try to address your weaknesses because there are of course trade-offs, right? You increase your pass accuracy, you got to decrease something else. But this way, you cannot say you weren't warned, and especially if you are newer to the build. Builder and you are just experimenting, this scouting report kind of helps educate you on the builds as you start to understand the roles that each attribute plays and how they affect your play styles on the court. So this scouting report is really about educating you on the build you've made and giving you more information than we have in the past on this final page of the builder.
Okay, perfect. I think there's a lot of people that kind of need that, man. I've been seeing some bad builds out here for a few years, so having a little bit more information on what your build can and can't do. I know somebody right now, I ain't gonna say no name,
improving your build after you've done making it. So everything from now on is talking about after the building process. And in the video at all. So many of you are probably asking, how does takeover work? Well, the core of the system is just like last year, right? There's 5 levels. It's automatic. You don't have to activate takeover, and you get stronger and stronger attribute boosts as you go up to 5 levels. Then at the end, you get a takeover ability. We talked about that a couple weeks ago about how that system was going to return. We got a lot of positive feedback on that. So I'm sure that sounds familiar. But this year, as you continue to fill your takeover meter over multiple games, you are going to unlock over 40 takeover related rewards. And some of these rewards are going to be takeover token. And you can see in this screenshot on the right side that this person has 39 available tokens. And these takeover tokens are how you unlock new takeovers this year. So in total, there are 44 takeovers and 11 takeover abilities. So that is much more consolidated compared to 2K25. So it's consolidated so that each takeover is more impactful based on feedback from the community that last year there may have been too many takeovers. So once you Great guess, Stacks. Stacks couldn't help himself. He already looked ahead. But yes, the final reward is custom takeover, and this has been something that I've seen requested often, and the dev team was able to make it happen this year. So after you unlock this final reward, we're going to show you the custom takeover menu, and here's what it looks like. It is going to allow you to design your own takeover from scratch. So you can pick up to 3 attributes that you want to target. So in this example, this person decided to target speed with ball, 3-point shot, and close shot. It is really up to you. And then after that, you can pick from any takeover ability that your build is qualified to use and pair it with those attribute boosts. So in this case, this person picked lethal layup. And there are a crazy amount of possibilities here. You really can pick what is going to work best for your build and your play style. And this is a huge way to kind of improve upon your build during the year. And one of the ways that we were talking about, I always say things are my favorite features, and sometimes the chat calls me out that I say everything is my favorite, but really, I do think this one might be my favorite thing that we've talked about this year, so far at least. There's more coming, but so far this is my favorite feature because as you heard Zach and Tyrese talk about, the dev team has added these new build specialization quest line. So for each save file, you are going to be able to pick one of 5 skill areas to specialize in, and these are the same as the 5 attribute categories. So you can pick from finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, or rebounding. And you do have to meet the attribute requirements for the specialty that you want to pick. Now, each of these specialties is going to give you a unique quest line that has 9 quests in it. And as you complete these 9 quests, you are going to unlock really cool new rewards, including more new ways to upgrade your build. So let's say you choose the shooting quest line. This is a quick preview that we have of the 9 quests that you get for the shooting quest line. You can see that for shooting, you are challenged to make mid-range.
Oh, isn't it? It's cool. I wish it was a that's not. This is like
range shots or 3-point shots. It's up to you. And with this, as you complete these, you can earn rewards like skill boosts and new clothing items, which many of you probably expected. But also, you can earn rewards like skill boosts and there are permanent max play.
100 games. You probably go 8 and so you go 7.
Plus 2 badge perks, permanent cap breakers, and also new unique archetype names that you can earn from these build specialization quests.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
gonna lie,
this is
let's get a little bit more information on that. I've seen like plus 14s and
that was a cool little thing. Probably gonna read it because like I don't really like watching those OD, especially when I get bored. There wasn't too much I was interested in. There was a couple of things I think it's a cool little too. But yeah, turned into a cool little vibe. But I really don't